A crypto YouTuber, a crypto podcaster, and a crypto magazine publisher walk into a bar. It sounds like the start of a really good joke, and it might just be, but it actually happened while in Miami for Miami Blockchain Week. We had the pleasure of using the VIP room at Pitbull's El Dorado 305 restaurant and bar in South Beach to record 3 great interviews for this episode. You'll meet CryptoMikhail, aka Dr. Dredd, Rice Crypto, and Rob McNealy, 3 dudes involved in different segments of crypto media. So let's get the show started, and we'll see if there's an actual punchline or not. Lather up with some SPF 50 and enjoy the balmy tropical breeze on this episode number 358 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Welcome to the Dad Crypto Podcast.
Yeah,
What is that?
it's the dad bod.
The dad bod. Nobody wants that.
But if you're a dad, you seem to have it.
I've got a dad bod. I never did lose that baby weight for my 2 kids.
Yeah.
The sympathy.
All that late night popcorn eating.
That must be it. Welcome to the show, gang. Episode number 358. Mr. Travis Wright and I are in a condo high above Miami.
That's not true. You can't prove that.
That you're high?
That's true.
Or that we're in a condo?
Well, we're in a condo and that it's high.
Yeah, we're on the 35th floor overlooking the a drawbridge here. I've yet to see it draw. I have seen it go up and down. And it's been a great day here after the first day of the North American Bitcoin Conference at the James L. Knight Conference Center right over by the Hyatt Regency. And we're about to call it a night here. We've got another full day tomorrow. And by the time you guys hear this episode, we'll be back en route to our natural habitats.
The Chipotle?
That is your natural habitat. Yeah, that or the shrimp store.
Shrimp and boats.
And we had a great opportunity.
Shrimp Company.
Yeah, we were at another event yesterday, and they reserved at Pitbull's restaurant. You know, the artist, musician. He's got a place in South Beach, and they showed us to his VIP room.
Mm-hmm.
And we sat down with some real VIPs.
We did. People in press. Very important press people.
They impressed us.
I don't know. They're
gonna impress you. You're gonna dig it. But first,
You know what? They're really cool people. Very smart.
yeah,
Talented.
right. All that stuff.
Lovely.
Also talented, smart, and lovely is the Kivo wallet. It is the first hardware wallet worthy of your crypto. It's ultra premium. It's got a secure design. It's multi-sig and multi-factor authentication involved there. There's a Kivo carbon key so that you can get paperless recovery in case you should lose your keys, like Mr. Travis Wright. You can assign and manage your beneficiary with this sleek wallet, and all major coins are supportified. Go to KivoWallet.com. Check it out. It is one slick wallet.
Supportified is not a word.
It is too.
It's not.
Is too.
It's not.
You're not the boss of my dictionary.
You're such a dictionary.
So we've got 3 interviews, all of them related to crypto media. You know, of course, we're podcasters, but first we're going to speak with CryptoMikhail, who has a new name, new branding, which I believe is sticking because I hear other people calling him that name, and he works with a crypto publication. Then we've got Rice Crypto, a crypto YouTuber, and then finally we're going to wind it up with Rob McNealy of the Tusk Network, and he is a podcaster, Mr. Travis Wright. But of course, you would know that because you were there for the interviews.
That's true. But before we get there, do you want to tell them a little bit about something?
No, let's just get there.
Okay.
You know, crypto is not just for podcasts. Crypto media is not just YouTubers. Crypto is also publications. And a lot of you guys are familiar with publications like Cointelegraph and Bitcoinist.com that we reference on the show. But there's also online magazines that are available. And turns out some of them have a pretty darn good following. They're off the beaten path. And one of them has a super unusual name. Get this. It's called Gokhshtein. Gokhshtein. Pardon my Gokhshtein.
Okay.
Okay.
Your excuse.
Well, we have with us a gentleman representing the publication. I'm actually sure what his title is, but we met him while here in Miami. We're actually on location at the event. He goes by CryptoMikhail, and we're going to welcome him to the Bad Crypto Podcast. Crypto?
Glad to be here.
Or do I call you Mikhail?
You can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Oh, we've never heard that one before.
I know, right?
You're gonna have to step up the game here a little bit.
Unique.
That's
New York.
a Joelism. I think he listens. I think he listens to Joel.
That's
He's
a
got dad jokes already.
Dad jokes.
So for those of you who don't have a visual right now, if you're looking at the show card, there might be a picture, but CryptoMikhail has some serious dreads. And so I have given him a new name.
What is this, Mr. Joel?
His new name is Dr. Dredd.
Dr. Dredd.
You like it?
Dr. Dredd. Well, you know what? I'll take it. I've been called worse. That's for sure. But Dr. Dredd, I think it might just have to be my new moniker. I might have to change my Twitter handle. Who knows?
I am a branding expert.
Oh, you are a branding expert. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's one thing I haven't had much of is branding. I got
You've
my
been
little
branded like
guy.
a cattle.
I've been branded by Bad Crypto.
Dr. Dredd. What's your title? What do you do with Gokhstein?
So I am the senior content manager and field correspondent for. See, I said spondent. Correspondent.
Correspondent.
Hair correspondent.
Hair correspondent for Gokhstein magazine. It's named after David Gokhstein. He's our founder.
Great Gokhstein.
It's pretty great. Yeah, the name's a little bit rough, I guess, but it's a
little.
It is. You know, let me see it. I want to see how is it spelled. So this is how it's spelled, folks. Gokhshtein. Gokhstein. And yeah, it's a great publication. I mean, it's very well laid out. The content in there is very good. I'll just never be able to go there because I don't know how to spell that.
I don't, and you can't even Mickey Mouse it. I know you can't even Gokhshtein. Something.
Gokhstein.
So yeah.
Well, you've got Brock Pierce on the cover of one of the issues here, the sleepy space cowboy from the future.
Absolutely.
Okay, tell us what Gokhstein is.
So Gokhstein is we're a crypto publication mainly, but we do lifestyle. We do trends. We do project reviews. We talk about tech, emerging tech, electric vehicles and all kinds of just nascent technology. And we like to review good, cool, quirky use cases that maybe people haven't heard of because they're like ranked 700 on market cap or something.
That might be a better name. Goodquirkyusecases.com magazine.
Good quirky use cases
I can spell
magazine.
that.
So this is not just blockchain or crypto related projects. You're talking about all emerging tech.
So we like to throw in some additional emerging tech. It's primarily, I would say it's 75% blockchain.
Okay, so you could have called it Gokhchain.
We could have called it Gokhchain, and believe it or not, that was actually on the drawing board.
I can spell that. Gokhchain.
Gokhchain. That might, if we ever come out with a token, we might name it Gokhchain. Who knows? Gokhchain. So yeah, Gokhchain was on the drawing board. I think some of it had to do just with name recognition for David Gokhstein alone. I mean, he's been a consultant in the crypto space for a while. He's, on the Forbes Financial Council. He's running for, first district, congressional district.
He's running for office?
He is running for office.
Gokhstein for office.
He is.
There he is. Our lovely producer, Aaron, just showed me his Twitter profile, and there is what? Instagram profile. Okay, and it's at David Gokhstein, Gokhstein Media, running for U.S. House New York District 1 in 2020. And so, okay, so he's busy like doing this, so you're running this publication, right? Is that
basically? I mean, we've become sort of a separate thing. One thing that David said whenever he started the magazine was that he wanted people from lots of different backgrounds. Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Progressives from all over the world with just
anarchists.
Socialists. We've got a few anarchists. We've got I don't know about socialists. I would consider myself a progressive libertarian, which people would think is like polar opposites, but I feel like the government should leave everyone alone. But if they're going to bother doing anything, it might as well be for everybody.
Okay, so I proposed to you when we met last night. Travis likes Gokhchain, which I understand because it's kind of like blockchain, Gokhchain. I think hipper, trendier would be just to call it Gok, G-O-K. and see if you could acquire that domain. Well, now, somebody else is going to grab
Right.
it.
Yeah. Somebody's going to listen to this, and then they're gonna hold it ransom.
It's a 3-letter domain. It's already taken. Somebody already.
Well, you could still call it Gawk Magazine, right? You can find some domain that works, but I just like Gawk. I think I don't know.
Gawker was pretty famous, right?
Yeah, they got
Gawker.
sued out of business
They got sued
for libel or slander or something.
Well, it's true because they had that Hulk Hogan thing, and then
Hulk smash.
Hulk smashed Gawker, so they are no longer. So, is this publication a print publication, or is it just a digital publication?
It's a digital publication. It comes out every month via PDF, available on the site. We've actually at first we were charging for the magazine itself. Now it's all free.
Okay.
We've actually released it out to we made enough from our subscriptions that we've now released it out to the public for free.
And you've got a pretty good reader base, right?
Oh, absolutely. We usually enjoy between 1 and 300,000 unique organics a month on the actual magazine itself, and then we're highly involved with the community on social media and things like that. So we're pretty engaged across the board.
What I like about this, a lot of publications, it's purely news, but you are taking the more traditional magazine format. So you've got your interviews. There's an article here on trading, right? For people who like to get in that. There's an article here on lifestyle, travel by bit, 2020's top blockchain conferences. There's reviews of projects. You've got the Coin Mine Miner in here, Telcoin. We've had Coin Mine on the show, and you've got game reviews. An interview with Divi Project. We're actually big fans of Divi. It's cool to see they're in here. There's art in here, 90 plus pages, and you guys can get it for free. That's pretty cool. All you have to be able to do is spell Gockstein.
That's the only requirement. It's a secret club, I guess.
So do you guys put out content like on a blog regularly as well? Are you taking those articles that go into your publication and then repurposing them? Or are they only available on that magazine?
We're currently transitioning from, we started off with the magazine. It's gained a lot of steam. We are doing some restaffing and some retooling and actually trying to spread it out a little bit more to, an actual news desk. We're actually members of the Associated Press. We are, slowly but surely trying to eke out other platforms as far as maybe a podcast. We do interviews. I know that we did live streaming of the World CryptoCon, and we're just trying what we can to sort of move into the other edges of the space, but mainly it's the magazine that we offer. That's our biggest offering right now. We work really hard. We've got staff from all over the world that contribute to it. We've got just amazing designers, writers, and community contributors. There's people from throughout the space that come to us and say, hey, I've got this really good idea for an article, and I don't want to just post it on a blog. I'd rather see it pretty in your magazine. And, we'll, throw them a commission, and, if it's a good enough article, we'll put it in the magazine.
It is pretty. It's good looking publication. So you being a journalist then, and talking to a lot of people in the crypto space, you kind of get a vibe for what you think is going to happen here in 2020.
Oh, absolutely.
The halving is coming up in May. We don't want to necessarily say give us a prediction, but maybe if you can kind of give us what you see as the trends for the year.
So we've got a lot of folks on staff that are traders and analysts, and that's something that we put out as well. As far as what we're seeing for predictions, we actually forecast that it was going to hit about 9,000 here just recently, and so that came true. So we're wondering if our other predictions are actually going to come to fruition.
What were those?
And it's just mainly that unfortunately the halving is not going to be as impactful as everybody thinks it is. We think that there's actually there's been a lot of activity, unfortunately, in the Bitcoin space where there are entities that are actively suppressing. And unfortunately, it almost seems like it's at the whim of said whales, whenever they finally just let it breach, let it go. So we think that the halving will have some significant impact, but it would take at this point, because we've actually lost a lot of wallets within the last couple of years. We think that it's probably not going to be as impactful as a lot of these moonshot folks are saying.
Lost a couple wallets. What do you mean?
I mean, there's been wallets that were considerably more active during the bull and bear run, either have sold out entirely or have just gone stone cold dead. So
She's dead, Jim. Resuscitate that
There's no activity on this wallet.
I don't know, and it could be that they're just waiting for the moment. But there are a lot of things that they say buy the rumor, sell the news, right? But everybody was so elated when we got all the different new exchanges, and then we're going to be available, and there's going to be the ICE and backed and all of these
didn't move anything.
Nothing didn't move the needle at all. So it almost makes you wonder, like, what is going to need to happen? And we honestly think that it might actually not be a Bitcoin moment that sparks the bull run. We think that it might be something secondary. BSV surprisingly just went up ridiculously, like 300%. 300%.
Wasn't there? So I haven't really had a chance to dive into this too deep, but I saw something about another fork. Do you know anything about that?
I'm not aware. I mean, personally, I'm not aware. So I'd have to look into that. I know that they're always looking for a fork in good time. So but
he's the pun master.
Takes,
We might have to have him
joke.
write our stuff now going forward.
Very nice. So what are some of the most, how long have you been doing this, and how many issues have been out there, and are they all available for people to go and check out the archives?
They are actually all available, $0 every single one of them. We have been.
We're going to charge you guys.
We're okay. Absolutely.
We're going to charge our listeners.
Just a dime finder's fee for being able to spell Gockstein. You have to spell it correctly. No, we started early last year, and we've been so blessed. We've got the very first cover. We had Justin's son on the very first cover, and it's just been steamrolling since then. It's been we did the top 20 women of blockchain.
Joel was on that. Joel was number 3.
Was it? Yeah, I
identified as a woman.
She was a close call there, but
Joelle.
Unfortunately, we went with Naomi Brockwell. Yeah.
She's both smarter and prettier than me. So
I will agree to at least one of those. I'll let you decide which one.
Joel's pretty.
I'm not sure which. I don't know which one you're talking about. Actually, you could Mickey Mouse this name just a little bit. GOKK. It's about to get weird. HSH.
Hush.
TEI and N.
Okay.
Gockstein.
So
WTF is Gockstein.
you guys can
we
go
don't
to
even really know what it means.
It's worth going to our website for this episode and get the link to this in case you haven't written down how to spell it, or in case you're going WTF.
Yeah. Because you love great content about crypto.
Right.
And here's a great publication that comes out once a month that you can thumb through and check it out, put it on your phone, read through it, right? While you're listening to Bad Crypto.
I think it could be a verb. I'd Gockstein that.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Gockstein the hell out of that.
I got it.
CryptoMikhail, a.k.a. Dr. Dredd.
Dr. Dredd.
Thanks for joining us today, man.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure. You guys are awesome.
You have been Gocksteined, my friend.
Let's get ready to gawk.
Steen. Yeah.
Quit gawking at me.
Good stuff.
Why are you gawking at me?
Mr. Travis Wright, how about you tell our fine listeners about our other sponsor for the show?
Okay. You need a universal payment ecosystem?
Yes,
You do?
I do.
Okay. Well, you need MobiPay.
Oh,
MobiPay.io.
snap.
You can easily spend or send cash or digital currency anywhere in the world instantly from your mobile phone.
Anywhere?
It's really handy.
Anywhere?
Well, you probably not North Korea,
Oh,
but most places in the world that has internet connection. That's true.
okay.
So you should go there, check it out, MobiPay.io. Get yourself $10 of the MBX token and sign up for the beta. They got some pretty cool consumer products. They got some interesting merchant products. We think this is going to be really big and mainstream. This is one of those companies that could really make it happen. And so you're going to want to take a look at that. Go check it out. It's MobiPay.io.
Indeed it is. And now let's snap, crackle, and pop onto our next interview with Rice Crypto.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Travis, you know, once upon a time we lost our YouTube channel.
I know. I was like little Bo Peep. Couldn't find it.
Yeah, no, well, we
lost our YouTube.
We got Googled.
We did.
But we got it back.
We did.
But we don't really, I think, you know, we post some of our episodes and occasionally we do a video, but there's people that are super active in the crypto world.
That's true.
On YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And we are privileged to have one of them with us right here, sitting before us right now in all his mohawkishness. He's got an epic mohawk and some killer tats.
This show today, folks, has lots of great hair.
It does. Yeah, we got Dr. Dredd and we got Rice Crypto right here in the house, sitting in the VIP suite at Pitbull's restaurant in Miami.
Every time you say that, I take my hand off the seat because I don't know what's going on these.
If we had a black light in this room on these little sofas in here, we would not be sitting on these sofas.
Mm-hmm.
No,
We'd
we
be
wouldn't
like,
be in the room.
we're standing. We wouldn't even be in the place because, you know, it's gone timber in here a whole lot. Anyway, Rice Crypto, YouTuber, welcome to Bad Crypto.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys bringing me on the podcast.
Now it's Bad Rice Crypto.
Bad Rice Crypto. I love it, man. But I'm definitely a big fan and I've been following you guys and I appreciate the opportunity to come on you guys' podcast. I really appreciate it.
Cool. Well, we're glad you're here, and I know you got value to bring. We actually share a background, the three of us, just like Travis and I. You were a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about whatever you want to share from your background and what brought you into the blockchain world.
All right. Well, I am an outspoken anarchist, and as an anarchist, I didn't
down.
didn't really know what anarchy meant, and but I've always kind of been fighting authority, and started.
Authority always wins.
Oh, it definitely wins, unfortunately. So I started going to school. Well, let's back up. Been a musician, been a DJ, sang in metal bands.
Was it called Gockstein?
No, that would be awesome though, but no, it definitely wasn't. But so I was doing a music thing, doing a DJ thing, and then getting a little older, start thinking about my future because the dreams didn't come true like I thought they would. And I started going to school for business administration. And I was already familiar with Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Just didn't put much effort into learning about it. It just didn't seem to be important. Like money and economics weren't something that interested me until I started going to school for business administration. And then I started going down these rabbit holes, learning things. And several times I was going to do papers and presentations involving Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain, but not being in the space that long and not having a good knowledge base, I wasn't able to do these things in a small amount of time like I was required for the class presentations. So I just ended up doing other subjects, but I kept looking at Bitcoin. And it's pretty much most of 2016 I was watching it, and it was around the beginning of 2017 that I bought in and started digging down rabbit holes. And then I decided about 4 months into it that I wanted to take my media skills, like my being an MC, singer in bands and stuff, and start doing a YouTube channel. And then now I'm going to be launching it into an audio podcast next month. So that's something else I'm going to be expanding on. But I'm thinking, how can I bring what I do and bring value to this? And how can I differentiate myself amongst all the other different content creators? So not only do I talk about blockchain, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency, but I talk about, like I said, anarchy, voluntarism, economics, and something that I call practice change. And I really feel like they all kind of wrap up together, like being that change you want to see in the world. And I think that cryptocurrency and blockchain represents a form of change that we need to see in this world.
That's really good. You know, there's a lot of changes that need to happen in the world. But I think about it like this. It's like, you know, here we are. Things aren't perfect, but they're better than they've ever been. You know, it's like really, it's like if you look at the history of time, you know, and you like, you know, it's not like, well, there's Vikings going to be coming up on the shore and raping and pillaging our village. You know, what I mean?
We're in Miami. I saw a Viking ship.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was a Viking cruise.
Yeah.
I think it might be safe.
I don't think there was any.
Ragnar Lothbrok's not coming off of that.
Yeah, right.
Accurate stuff. So that's good. So when like, How did you look at Bitcoin to see like the problems that it can solve with society? Like, how do you look at blockchain and crypto as like, what do you think that, and how do you think that it's going to impact the world most positively?
The thing for me specifically is studying economics and understanding the banking system that we have, our fractional reserve banking, and just
Was that in school in the business, or was that self-learning?
combination because school
They don't
doesn't
normally teach that stuff.
not specifically, but I like, I get a crumb and I want to go down a trail. So
Right,
that's
right,
kind of what I was doing, and just learning about things. I mean, even like me in my macroeconomics class, my teacher was trying to tell me the Federal Reserve is part of the government, and I'm trying to explain to her, and the class is listening to me, but I'm giving a platform trying to explain the problem.
In the business, you go through an MBA,
Right.
And you got a mohawk, and they're looking at you like, "Well, really?"
Yeah, but
like, no, it's for real.
Yeah. So for me, when I started learning about Bitcoin in particular and the blockchain technology, I saw it as a way of getting us away from the fiat monetary system. The government control of money, being able to print money when they want to, like in 2008, when we had our crash that took place, the Federal Reserve just printed up money. And, that's where we are now. And I look at Bitcoin as a safe way of getting away from those controlling aspects that the government wants to have with their fiat money systems. And if people don't know what fiat is, it's a decree by a king. It means nothing. It's the faith of something. And
I decree money. I mean, that's kind of
By decree of Parliament.
money.
Yes.
You've done a lot of videos, and as I look through them all, you do some really great thumbnails, by the way. You guys should go look him up. Rice Crypto, really easy to find. You've talked to a lot of people that we've had the opportunity to talk to, and you've covered some topics that we haven't necessarily touched. And the one that really has me most curious is anarchy. You've got a video here, anarchy explained and defined. So make it super simple for people who hear the word anarchy and think, oh my gosh, there's going to be anarchy everywhere, right? Yeah. What is it in terms of a philosophy?
Okay, so obviously we've been taught in schools and via media that the word anarchy would be a bad thing. Anytime like chaos takes place, gun shootings and things like that, it's anarchy. But that's not what it is. Anarchy comes from the Greek language. The word "an" means without. The word archon, for where the combination of words are, means rulership or authority. So it literally means without authority, without rulership, self-sovereign. It means nothing chaotic. It
I am the master of my domain.
Right. It doesn't mean anything about lawlessness or chaos, and just like it's something that, and I think by just doing disinformation, trying to make the word anarchy sound like it's a bad thing, it doesn't give people the opportunity to know what anarchy truly is and see if it's something that they relate to.
We need to change the branding on that. We need to make anarchy great again.
Well, that's kind of the term, the voluntary term.
It's still MAGA.
Well,
Totally is. But yeah, voluntarism is kind of a nice way of saying I'm an anarchist. Voluntarism is just basically, I don't believe in force or coercion. Like everything should be mutual and agreed upon. Like we're doing this based off agreement. You asked me if I wanted to come on your podcast. I've been reaching out to you guys. We made an agreement. So we're voluntarily doing this. In our United States tax system, it's not voluntarily that I can pay or not pay, because if I don't pay, and I could eventually get locked up.
It's compelled basically at the point of a gun, right? That's essentially what it is. It's saying pay or else. And so in the anarchic, is that the way we say?
And an archon, and would be without, and the word archon would be rulership.
Okay, so without, in this way of living, then you can't be compelled by the government to do anything.
Now, see, I don't have all the answers for these philosophies, and I don't even think that the world is even ready and prepared for like these type of philosophies. But I like to plant seeds for these things, and I mean, I can't obviously give all the answers, but I think that if humanity evolves and we get to a place, I think that humanity can work together and figure out a system that would work. And if we use governance models using the blockchain and voting like that, we could automate Congress. We could make this situation where it's more open and transparent for people. If that makes any sense.
It is an interesting concept, the thought of being without rulership and the whole statism, and you looking at the state as, the statism as a religion, kind of it sort of is. And people think, oh God, we must have this. We got to have this. If we don't, it's going to be chaos and horrible. And I think in some cases there could be, because when there's a void of power, historically, right? We're talking historically, whenever there's a void in power, some other group of people always sort of come up, and now they're in charge and they're in power. Like the barbarians would come in, or the Vikings, as we just mentioned, would come in and like, we're in charge now. Like No, we're a peaceful little domain and we're a monastery and we're just chilling and we're no, the Vikings come and destroy everybody and steal all the gold and silver. Like how do you get past that? How do we evolve as a civilization, and maybe even as a universal thing? How do we go from civilization 0 to civilization 1? Because we're still bickering. We can't agree hardly on anything.
Imagine just like very simply, if everybody actually treated everybody how they wanted to be treated,
right,
then none of this would even be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
but some people want to treat others badly.
That's the problem. You know, that's where we need
other
to
people want to be
evolve.
treated specially.
Some do, yeah. You know, and I believe that
What are you
everybody's
talking about?
treated.
Those influencers
Are you
on
talking
Instagram.
about the fact that I will only eat green M&Ms according to you? Is that what this is about?
It's true.
Why are you so hostile towards green?
I don't like green M&Ms. Did you love
Green's
them?
my favorite color.
No,
too.
He likes brown ones. They look
that
like
makes
duties.
sense.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense.
No, I don't like the brown ones.
Brown. I mean, why would you eat the brown ones? I mean, they do. They look like little turds, like little rabbit turds.
It's true. I don't mind the green ones. You just love the green ones.
I really don't. I mean, that's all.
Remember, I
made
went
up.
to the M&M store and got you some green.
That was
M&M
great for my birthday.
socks.
That's all fake news. I mean, you demonstrated through that how fake news actually works.
Through the media.
Repeat a lie often enough,
Yeah.
and people will start believing that. Like I actually hardly ever eat M&Ms. You know, it's weird. I don't go buy M&Ms. I don't eat M&Ms.
I
but
actually got you a whole bag of green, different like peanut M&Ms and all these other ones.
They were all
and then,
green.
And then slowly I ate them all.
Yeah,
And you didn't even get one.
yeah, because I don't really eat
No,
them.
because I ate them before you got them.
That's sweet.
I don't
I ate
even
your
eat them.
gift. Sorry.
So let's play a game here, shall we? Play a game. You've interviewed a lot of people. Let's do like a speed round here. I'm going to say names of people that you have interviewed, and I want you to give me quick answers.
Douche or not a douche?
Is that just douche or no douche?
No, you can say whatever you want,
Okay.
but if douche is in there, so I'm just going to go through some of this right here. And John McAfee.
Interviewed him 4 times, became good friends with him. If you want to check out the interviews, you can see everything that's been happening to him as far as him being wanted by the United States government and being on the run. So if you want to get a
Yeah,
good,
but that's not descriptive. I'm looking for give me adjectives. So,
he is
Douche.
insane. John McAfee is a unique person.
perfect. Let's stop with
Hey,
that.
dude, I like John.
Dr. Ron Paul.
Love Dr. Ron Paul. Inspiration.
Douche.
And Travis is a
Inspirational
douche. No, actually, if you could make an introduction, we would love to have him on Bad Crypto. He's not.
I actually met him. He's got a copy of my book. Actually, it was
He's
pretty
not
cool.
been on yet. Okay, let's see here. Fluffy Pony.
Okay, so
Douche.
intelligent.
Jimmy Song.
Douche. douche. Triple douche.
Jorg Molt.
Scammer.
Douche.
No,
Scammer douche.
Yeah.
double douche.
Yeah.
Roger Ver.
Awesome people.
Okay, well, thanks for playing. We have some lovely parting gifts for you.
Awesome.
Here's a douchebag.
Oh, I love it.
It's
Just what I needed.
Summer's Eve.
With
what I needed.
Jorg Molt's picture on it.
It's minty fresh.
Just what I needed, man.
It's really good. So, of all the interviews that you've done, which ones were the one that you just said, "Wow"? Like, if somebody could listen to one episode that you put out that you interviewed somebody or some content that you'd created, which is the one that you would say, "This is Rice Crypto right here"?
Adam Kokesh is somebody I've interviewed several times, and I'd like for more people to listen to his message because he's running for president with the Libertarian Party.
Yeah, the man Adam Kokesh against the man.
Yeah, so and he's got a lot of wisdom to spout, and
Oh, nice.
you know, so I mean, I think
Is he running for office?
He is with the Libertarian Party.
Oh, nice.
But McAfee's running too.
Yeah, but that's an odd one. That's
Not
an odd
really.
one. I mean,
he can't actually.
yeah, and I don't think he's going to get the vote from the Libertarian Party
Kokesh
regardless. It's a big
We'd love
possibility.
to chat with that dude. I've seen that dude. That dude was in the military, right?
Yeah,
Back
I
in the
can link
day.
you. I can definitely
I
link
would
you
love
up with
to chat.
Kokesh.
We'd love
And
to have that
Kokesh
guy
could
on.
probably link you with Ron Paul.
I'd say hook a brother up, but in this case, hook 2 brothers up.
I got you guys.
So good.
I got
The
you,
hook
man.
'em. What else do you want the Republic of Bad Cryptopia to know about Rice Crypto?
Well, I think one of the things we were going to talk about was my channel was one of those channels that were affected in
Yes.
the YouTube crypto ban.
Yes,
so
I
it kind of goes back to what you were saying when you guys
crypto purge.
to
I
go
was
back to
just
what we were
getting
saying
ready to
very,
wrap
very
up
beginning.
this interview, and I'm like, damn.
That's
Yeah.
how we started with like what happened to our channel.
Right. So you're one of the ones that just a few weeks ago, overnight, how many of your videos got taken down?
On Christmas Eve, I woke up to an email from YouTube with a warning and 3 videos removed, one of which was a recorded speech of Ron Paul at the Bitcoin Center in New York City.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry
Right
Christmas.
there.
Christmas Day, I woke up and got a strike and another video removed. So a total of 4 videos, a warning and a strike. And the 26th, I did do an appeal, never heard anything back.
Mm-hmm.
And on the 26th, it was like nothing had ever happened. Now, when you get a strike, you're not allowed to publish content at all for 7 days. And even though my strike was removed for whatever reason, I still wasn't able to publish content. And it was a holiday time and I was actually getting over the flu. So I just wasn't even.
So you went on strike.
Yeah, basically. But then, I started getting back into my content creating. And the one thing I want to really push people to is checking out these decentralized content sharing and publishing platforms, stuff like Library, BitTubers, DTube, DLive, all these different types of all these different types of platforms. I think that because what I'm going to do as a content creator is I'm going to be putting up extra content on these platforms. And I'm specifically going to be putting my content on these, like extra content on these platforms to encourage people to come to these platforms. So if people are checking out my YouTube channel and you like what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, then what you can know is that if you like my content, you can go on these decentralized websites, like what we're mentioning, BitTubers, BitChute, DTube, Library, and you'll see extra content that I'm doing. And I'm putting out extra content on these platforms to encourage people to get away from YouTube and go to these other platforms. So I'm trying to use the tool of the system against itself to push people to better platforms.
Yeah, Mr. Joel Comm, he was talking about on Library, you actually have, it has an export. You can actually export all your YouTube videos all over
A
it.
YouTube partnership, and it's
works
simple.
really well. You just connect your YouTube account to it, and basically when you do it, you're telling Google, all right, all that stuff that I put up, guess what? I'm copying it over to here, and even if you take me down, I own all my content. Suck it.
Yeah, and also, since we're mentioning this, I want to shout out Unstoppable Domains because they're getting ready to launch a Chrome extension. I don't know if they've made that public or not, but they're getting ready to launch a Chrome extension, and with their .crypto addresses, which is a way of sending crypto payments with a simple name, they've actually offered to take and put 2 of my videos that were banned and put it on their blockchain so that it will be on a site and won't be able to be removed ever again. So I got to give them a shout out for doing that.
I have my mouth full right now. So we're sitting here in Pitbull's VIP suite, and they just brought us some empanadas.
Is that what these are?
And some what are those? Some sort of tortilla thing. Right
Like
there.
taquitos.
Yeah. So Rice, people can check you out. Rice Crypto on
There's
YouTube.
some rice right here on this plate.
Oh, yes, there is.
There's no crypto on there though.
No.
It's fajita chain. Oh, you would be all over taco chain.
Taco chain.
All right, what would that be? What would taco chain do? Let's build a business right here, guys.
Well, basically, taco chain would be you would have verified pork from on the blockchain. You know exactly where it came from. You know where all the ingredients of your tacos were from, and you could say, "Oh,
And
this right here's from El Salvador."
Let's taco about it.
Let's taco about it. Yes.
Let's taco about it. I
Very
like
good.
that.
How would you use the token? What's the taco token?
Well, you would use it to buy tacos.
It's
Duh.
it's a tacon.
It's a taco.
I love it. That's good.
Yeah, you would use it to go buy tacos at Naked Tacos. That one place.
Or Pink Taco right down the street.
oh, pink
is that
tacos. I
good
love
too?
pink tacos.
There's a
Those
Pink
are the
Taco
best.
right there.
Yeah, we had naked tacos.
Naked
it's just
pink tacos are really delicious.
Just a
Oh
couple,
my gosh.
couple blocks away. It was yummy. Like,
It was.
and then usually when it comes time for dessert, like I'm full, I'm
I
good.
normally
Like,
don't like fish tacos, but pink tacos are the best.
let me see the menu. They brought us. You got choco tacos,
Nice and moist.
right? This is getting super weird.
I like my food to be sort of wet.
Yeah, it's good. Juicy.
Juicy.
All right. And the Bad Crypto Podcast living up to its name right here. Rice Crypto, thanks, man. We appreciate
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. You're listening to the Bad Crypto Podcast. My name is Naomi Brockwell. Stay bad.
Our next guest is actually an old friend of mine. Well, he's not that old, but we've been friends for quite some time. I would say more than a decade or so. Rob McNealy, who is now gone from marketer to candidate for political office to handyman, right? You make stuff with your hands, I'm pretty
I
sure.
still make stuff with my hands.
Still make stuff with your hands, to a Second Amendment enthusiast, as I believe all Americans should be enthusiastic about their rights, to now the founder of a cryptocurrency called Tusk. Welcome to Bad Crypto, Rob McNealy.
Thank you, Mr. Joel. It's been a while.
Yeah. Well, I just saw you out there before the interview.
Yeah.
I mean, we hugged it out. Do you not remember?
You know, a little kissy is good too.
Yeah, but that didn't happen.
That's what you say now.
It might have been good.
Happens in, maybe happens in Miami.
Stays in Miami. That's pretty scary. So, how long have we known each other?
It'd have to be good 10, 11 years, maybe 12 years, going back 2008, Denver area.
Yeah, as long as it was a good 10 or 11 years. If it was a bad 10 or 11 years, then I probably wouldn't have invited you back on the show.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so Travis, meet Rob.
Rob, nice to meet you.
What's going on, bro?
I've known you now for about you said you've known him for 10 or 12 years. I've known you for 10 or 12 minutes.
It's a good start, though.
That's right on. So tell us real quick, tell the audience about what is Tusk. It's TUSC. It's like the elephant tusk. You got the elephant logo there. What is Tusk and what does it do?
Tusk stands for the Universal Settlement Coin.
Universal Settlement Coin.
It's an acronym, and we kind of played off the elephant thing. We started almost 2 years ago as an ERC20 project that we gave away via faucets, and our token was called OCC.
Okay.
We realized within...
Yeah, you know me.
I remember that. Yeah.
We realized within a couple months, literally, of launching that we started getting interest from friends and family that had businesses that they said, we'd take your token, right? Because we trust you. We're interested in this crypto thing. We went down a bunch of rabbit holes trying to figure out how we could get involved with gateways and things. And we realized that pretty quickly that we thought Ethereum was not a good foundation to build a payment system on. So
you discovered that after CryptoKitties, probably like, whoa, probably
F-Coin.
Hey.
I remember F-Coin spamming on the Ethereum blockchain.
Right.
Yeah. So we decided at that point we're going to build a blockchain.
That effing coin.
Exactly. So we decided we're going to build our own blockchain. So I recruited a team. We spent a year and a half building blockchain. We decided that some of the problems we see with a lot of crypto projects out there is they're not marketed very well or at all. Mm-hmm. And we said, hey, we think we can do it better. And we said, if you are trying to get adoption in the crypto space, that you need to focus on industries that actually have a recognized problem with current banking options and payment options. And then you need to have your project focused and structured in a way that it can actually do outreach and put that solution in front of the people who have a problem.
Okay. Very nice.
When I hear Tusk, I think of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
I was thinking Jumanji.
Why don't you
That was
tell
the
me?
old Fleetwood Mac, wasn't it, with Peter Green? Or
No.
Is it all Fleetwood Mac old?
Well,
there's old Fleetwood Mac, and then there's the Fleetwood Mac of the 70s.
A bit of trivia, after their biggest best-selling album, Rumors, which had Don't Stop and Go Your Own Way, their follow-up was the double album, and it was called Tusk. And that song there was, I think, 2 singles on it that were hits on the double album. And that one has the UCLA marching band in it doing the.
Oh, nice. Very good.
I'll check it out.
Anyway, a little bit of music trivia. We'll add that to the Bad Crypto Spotify playlist. So Tusk.network is the website for this. No ICO, no IEO, no token sale, no BS. All the coins are pre-distributed. And so, you couldn't get them any other way other than the airdrop. So
faucet. It was actually a faucet. So we didn't spam people with it. People had to actually want them and go get them.
Okay, so now they're all distributed out there.
How did that work? Could you go every day and just get a little bit dripping out of the faucet or what?
So it was kind of like
hook a fire hose up to it and just load up my wallet? Or what?
It was a one-shot deal, and we had some security on it and things, and so we did the best we could to limit that. People.
So how much was everybody able to get if they just went there and got the tokens?
I don't know. We were supposed to only get 5 million, so it was a 5 million download. Our original supply was 100 billion. When we did our swap to Tusk, we shrunk the supply in half, so we compressed the swap at a ratio of 2 to 1. So,
okay.
So it's a little more manageable at 50 billion. And then with our blockchain, we're delegated proof of stake, and we have a 5% inflation rate. So that's what pays for the network. And then over time, we'll reduce that inflation rate as the value of Tusk grows.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is where the whole Second Amendment thing comes in, because you put out a press release, gun-friendly Tusk cryptocurrency project launches. So what is that about? I've never heard of a gun-friendly cryptocurrency. Does that mean it's just for buying guns or what?
So we are a pure payments cryptocurrency project. So the focus of our project is just payments, and Tusk could be used for any industry. But what we said is that when we were looking at why adoption hasn't happened, is we felt that based on what we've seen, that people were really going after and trying to throw stuff against the wall, and hopefully someone would just like it. We said there's 7 industries that right now in the United States have a recognized problem with traditional payment option, meaning they have a pain point. And we said, if you're going to get adoption, you focus on an industry that has a pain point already. It's not
name them.
So it'd be things like gambling, prostitution, cannabis, guns, pornography, payday lenders, refugees and immigrants.
Sweet, all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. And all of those industries, now be honest, all those industries are distasteful to somebody. I recognize
Very
it.
true.
But of all those industries, only one of them is constitutionally protected, and that industry just also happens to be a really damn big $6 billion a year market.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, civilian guns and ammo through lawful retailers in the United States. It's the only protected industry, but that is considered distasteful, which is obnoxious to me because of all those industries, even like cannabis isn't legal in all 50 states. So you can make arguments that moving, cannabis from one state to another is still federally illegal, whereas guns, it's constitutionally protected. And I'm also a gun guy, always have been. It's not a new thing. So we said, if you're going to try to get adoption of cryptocurrency, you need to start with an industry with a recognized problem. And then basic entrepreneurial stuff kicks in, right? How big's the market size? How big's their pain point? And what is your strategy to put your solution or product in front of that market?
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. And so having done that, what are some of the things that you've encountered as a result of being the crypto project that caters to gun owners and ammo? I mean, they probably got some pushback on that, I bet.
So it's interesting. So timelines, we're actually just recently launched our blockchain. So we are just now rolling. However, we started doing market segmentation before we ever launched. So before we ever launched, we decided on what market we were going to build for or build into. And before we started coding, we actually started talking to gun dealers and gun manufacturers. In fact, some of our advisors came out of the gun industry as well as the crypto industry. And by the way, they've been very helpful recently. So we knew we were going to go into this industry before we even started coding Tusk and before we did our swap. And that was about 14 months ago that we started building it out. We built it all with the volunteers. Everybody on the project there's no company, there's no CEO. Everybody's worked for, all the developers work for a share of tokens, just like any of the founders did. But we did our token swap in September and into October of last year. We did our main net right over Christmas, and then we just began trading literally New Year. So we literally been live 2 weeks. We just already got 2 gun stores that are start coming on as pilots. We are currently building our first payment gateway for WooCommerce. I'm going to SHOT Show next week, and we are reaching out right now to a bunch of gun stores to be pilots here in the next couple weeks. So I'm meeting with a bunch of people literally next week about this.
So what is the problem at the gun stores? Are they not, I mean, is it an issue of people using their credit cards or using cash, or what is this? What is their main pain point that they're experiencing?
So right now, because of the view that guns are high risk, they are barred from using any third-party payment options. So that would be PayPal, Venmo, Square, Stripe, any of them. In addition, when they can even get a checking account, because gun stores even have a hard time getting basic banking services, when they do get a merchant account and a checking account, they're paying extraordinarily high fees, anywhere from 4 to 6% plus really high maintenance fees. Now, in addition to that, we found when we started talking to gun retailers before we started building that they also have a huge chargeback problem for 2 reasons. In the custom gun industry, it might take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to build a custom to order gun, maybe a year, because just they're all handmade, right? But what happens is people get impatient and they do a chargeback. The problem is because they're considered high risk, they get no quarter from the banks. They're just screwed. So they lose all their money. So cryptocurrencies.
So people actually can even go and then just say, no, I didn't do this. And then they say, okay, I charged, even though they did charge it.
Correct.
That's
and the
bad.
banks just say, screw you, you're high risk. We're not going to give you any appeal.
Mm-hmm.
So crypto, in this case, really does solve several problems for the gun industry.
Yeah, super interesting to micro niche, right, and drill down to an audience that really is in need of this. And I can't help thinking about the old Groucho Marx joke, because we're talking about elephants, we're talking about guns. Last night I dreamt I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I'll never know. Come on. Groucho Marx. Don't laugh at me, laugh at Groucho. He's a legend. All right, laugh at me. Go ahead, laugh all you want. So I do want to touch on briefly, you had a short stint where you were running for office. What was that all about?
In 2010, I ran for the U.S. House of Representatives out of Colorado's 6th Congressional District as a third party. I got 3% of the vote or something like that. But even though it was just kind of a weird off niche, I did actually do fundraising and actually went to events, and I raised like, I don't know, 25 or 30 grand my first time running for office back then.
Would you ever want to do that again?
Absolutely not. Hate politics.
It's got to be hellish, right?
How are good people ever going to run again for office? Because it's almost like, it's like it's so contentious and so volatile and so just there's so much angst and anger. Like, it seems to me that good candidates are not going to run anymore. We're only going to get the shit biscuits from now on.
I don't think good candidates do run for office most of the time. I think, unfortunately, people that are actually running for power are usually the ones that are the ones that you want the least in that position of power.
They crave that power. Which
anybody who craves power probably shouldn't have it.
Probably shouldn't have it. Exactly.
Well, the idea with being in the House and just talking about on the federal level from the beginning was you go for 2 years, right? And then you go home. So you could be an accountant or a lawyer, but more likely, you're a carpenter, right? Or a plumber or a farmer. And you'd go and you'd represent your district specifically, not private, interests and not lobbyists. You would serve the people in your district. You do your time and then you go home and you've served. And now you got to answer to the people that you served for those 2 years.
And back then, if you also look at how long the legislative sessions were very short versus now it's 10, 11 months of the year. So back then it might have been 1 month or 2 months. It was really, really short
because people have a challenge even for some of those congress people to even get to DC.
Well, part of the reason is actually most of those guys were farmers and things. They had to actually have work, right?
Get on a train for a long ass time.
I said plumbers, and I'm starting to think, when did we? Yeah, we didn't have.
They had
plumbing.
Holes. They had holes.
Yeah. Well, okay. So somebody would still have
the
to shovel,
hole
be
builders?
sanitary engineer, right?
The outhouse manufacturers.
I get what you're saying, and I mean we could go into a whole political discussion. I'm very cynical about politics, to be honest. At this point, I'm very cynical, and to me, that's one of the things that got me into cryptocurrency is because I don't believe we're gonna fix our system by voting anymore, and I believe that.
Well, what if we have blockchain voting and it's transparent? We can all somehow. Because it seems like now we got so much technology that we really don't almost need those legislators because give us the votes and then we'll vote. But we have our phones. We could, American Idol can do it every show.
Then who's going to control the Apple device that you do the voting on, right? Yeah. I mean, the problem is
that's true because then you wouldn't be able to trust the votes because they're like, oh, who's Apple's changing my vote?
Yeah. So here's the question. And I've learned this from being in crypto as a project for 2 years, right? Everybody games everything. Is what I've seen. That's what and I'm cynical about crypto too in a lot of ways because people do game
cynical.
Stuff. I am cynical.
But you don't see people on the streets protesting, hey, ho, ho, Bitcoin Cash has got to go, right?
Yes, he's got to go.
I don't know. It might be both of them.
I don't have a dog in that fight anyway. But, as a token or an altcoin, those guys, even the Bitcoin guys hate me anyway. So it's like they all hate me. So.
Why?
Pretty much.
Nobody. We don't hate you.
Well, you don't hate me, but some of the maxis do.
Maxis hate everybody.
They do. They hate themselves actually more.
Really, it's about self-loathing.
I think so.
Why?
Why do they hate themselves? I don't know. People hate themselves for all sorts of odd reasons. But
but why are they? Why do you think all the maxis hate themselves?
I think people that get wrapped up into maximalism, it's about ego. So and tribalism. So what happens is they wrap their identity around being a part of this one thing, and they put their ego into it for so long that even if something in the real world proves that maybe they were wrong, or maybe their baby is a little ugly, or maybe there's something a little better, that their ego won't allow them to adapt to that change because it actually impacts their personal identity at that point.
Well, it's a cognitive bias thing, right?
Exactly.
It serves the identity, and we see this in politics. People get married to a political party.
It's the same thing.
They get married to a religion to the point that they will defend it in the face of
pedophilia from priests.
All right, then I wasn't going to go there, but you did. In terms of, we were having a discussion on the way here about which hamburgers are better, Five Guys or In-N-Out, and I'm like a staunch Five Guys burger.
I'm a Five Guys burger too.
That's because they're better.
So they are
right?
better.
And In-N-Out's French fries they're just really,
they're crappy little.
they're average. They're like Ora Ida, like you got them out of a bag, frozen. But anyway, people who grew up in California we just lost all our California listeners. They're like, no, man, In-N-Out. They got the secret menu, and you go and you order animal style.
I wonder how many of them have actually been to a Five Guys.
There's no bun on it.
I mean, I love the In-N-Out burger. The In-N-Out fries are okay, but it's like it's not fresh like Five Guys, and that's that you can.
But here's the point. See now,
what's your point?
I cannot be. I'm down with this. Like this is my bias, and you can't come along and tell me I'm wrong because now it goes to the core of who I am.
Exactly,
and that might not. That's an extreme case, but that the point is made.
More of who you are as Five Guys.
More of the fries.
Well, think of it. I always like to look at when I talk about crypto. Look at analogs, right? What's an analog to crypto? This piece of crypto in the real world, like so. Think of maximalism, like, dude, Amex sucks. Visa's awesome, dude. You Amex people just suck, and you Discover cards are total losers, right? I mean, if you think about it, doesn't that sound moronic when we phrase it that way? But that's like the analog.
Because Venmo.
Yeah, Venmo, dude. PayPal. Oh, you PayPal
Send
people.
me money on my Cash App, by the way.
Oh, but
Square.
But imagine but La Visa guy be like, oh, you Venmo guys will never be as big as us, so you guys are charlatans if you don't quit now.
So that's the tribalism.
It's moronic, but we don't see that with those because J.P. Morgan doesn't give a rat's ass what Bank of America thinks of them.
You don't think? Does J.P. Morgan care what we think?
J.P. Morgan's
probably
dead.
less.
Yeah.
Probably less.
I'm so glad he's finally dead.
They don't even know we exist.
J.P. Morgan was horrible.
Yeah.
One of the worst people in American history, I would say.
Yeah?
The that he did, the creating of the Federal Reserve Bank, and then also killing Tesla's lab that built the worldwide wireless electricity that he had
Wasn't
created.
that Edison who did that?
No, the Tesla created
You're talking
the
about
worldwide.
Wardenclyffe, right?
Wardenclyffe, yeah. J.P. Morgan had his goons burn down his laboratory. And then also, there's a whole little rabbit hole that's crazy about. So J.P. Morgan funded White Star, which White Star was the
Titanic.
the Titanic. He funded that, and then it just so happens
They
that
had the missiles for Cuba on there.
no. What's weird about the Titanic thing is that there was two boats with the Titanic, right? There was the Titanic, and then there was the Olympia. Well, J.P. Morgan was going to be on that boat, along with every single rich person who did not want the Federal Reserve Bank system to happen. They were all on the Titanic. Then all of a sudden, the Titanic goes down, which is such a weird conspiracy theory when you go down that rabbit hole. It's like, oh, all the people who didn't want the Federal Reserve Bank, the rich ones, they were on the Titanic, and J.P. Morgan funded it, but then he said he canceled at the last minute to get on that boat.
I interviewed the author of the Creature from Jekyll Island a few years back, and so yeah, I actually have the couple books of the
we just talked to J.R. Griffin on a recent episode.
He's
which
still around?
Yeah, he is.
Episode 351.
He's still super bright, and
he's like 900 years old.
Has a lot to say.
Yeah, he's old. He's an older guy.
So speaking of, you have a show, and that kind of ties it together here for this other crypto media projects episode. It's called the Rob McNealy Program. He started in 2018, still going strong, 5-star ratings, and you've got interviews with people that might not appear on other crypto shows because your show goes broader. So let's talk about that as we get ready to wrap up.
So yeah, when I started doing the crypto thing, I felt that I wanted to connect with a lot of people in the space kind of secondary to my project. So I was a podcaster before, and that's you actually going back probably 10 years ago when I had a radio show in Denver. You actually came on my show before.
Did you interview me?
Love that. That's good. They're clapping for you right now.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
People can't hear that.
So I kind of do a little podcast at the Rob McNealy Program. I do talk to crypto people and crypto projects that even could be considered competition to Tusk.
You talked to Zuby, so he's a dude that we're gonna. Yeah, he's gonna come on soon. We're good, but it's cool that you're bringing on really interesting people, and we encourage you guys to go check out his show. I'm assuming it's all the places.
Yeah, it's at all the places.
Excellent. Rob McNealy. Also, your website, robmcnealy.com.
Correct, sir.
There you go. Easy to find. Check the show notes for more links. Thanks, Rob. Great talking to you.
Joel, thank you. Travis, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Well, we promised you crypto media, and there you go. Crypto media. 3 fellas that are doing some really good work online to bring the good news of blockchain and cryptocurrency to you, the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm. We talked to, as you said, a magazine, a YouTuber, a podcaster, And then I was a podcaster, and then also you was a podcaster on that. So there was lots of media going on.
There was a whole lot of media.
Pretty exciting.
Hope you guys enjoy the show. Lots of great content coming your way. We had the opportunity to interview Bobby Lee while at the North American Bitcoin Conference. He'll be in a future episode, and I can neither confirm nor deny that we might be giving away 50 wallets. No, I can confirm it.
You can?
Yeah, I could say now. I mean, it's going to sound like a surprise when people hear the show because we found out when we recorded the interview. But since that is the future of our listeners is actually our past, I can confirm that. And now it's out there. What are you doing? Oh, you pulled the wallet out. Oh, man.
Hear that? Ooh.
That's what you call thud factor.
This thing is heavy, yo.
Yeah.
It's because it's got so much Bitcoin on it.
So that's coming up in a future episode. You're not going to want to miss that. We also had the opportunity to talk to Jason BTO. And that does not stand for Bachman Turner Overdrive.
It does stand for Bachman Turner Overdrive, but not in this instance.
It also stands for Best Training Online. Yeah, and he's got some great content. Of course, lots of other great stuff coming your way. You guys aren't going to want to miss a darn thing. Trust us. You know,
it also stands for B Travis Only because that's the only person I can be.
That is, we're so thankful. We're so thankful for that.
I can't be Joel.
Today was fun, right? We had our booth at the North American Bitcoin Conference, and so many citizens of the Republic of Bad Cryptopia came by to say hello. Like it almost got overwhelming because one would be and take pictures, then another one would pop up. Hey, oh, it's Joel and Travis. You guys, I love you guys so much.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was so fun meeting people, and actually, one of our listeners smoked weed right in front of our booth. Didn't even share it.
Yeah, there's video of that.
There's video of that.
That's Mr. Ken Bozak.
We're bad, but we're not that bad, and we're not supposed to smoke indoors.
No, in front of our booth.
In front of our booth.
Yeah,
I wasn't even there. Our producer was there, and then she was really giggly afterwards. I don't know what that was all.
Oh, I don't know. All I know, she's got the munchies right now and is eating a whole lot of popcorn. So there's that. Now tomorrow, which is day 2 of the North American Bitcoin Conference, we're actually taking the stage at the event.
Where are we taking it?
We're going to take it out for a walk.
That's really nice.
Needs to burn some
It
calories.
needs some exercise. It's just been standing there the whole
Big
time.
ass stage. Yeah, it's lazy. It's just eating, Oreos.
And we're
stuff.
giving out these cool NFT tokens.
Yes.
That you guys cannot get because you're not here.
Nope, you can't. But, we're so pumped about NFTs and cannot wait to unveil the plan that we have. And you're not going to want to miss an episode of this show because if you do, then you'll miss the cool plan that we have for the NFTs. That's true. What do you
So sorry I dropped my heavy Bitcoin wallet.
I thought you were going to drop the mic. You dropped your your ballet wallet. You got to quit dancing over there.
I love it. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's first day of issue limited edition.
So for the show tomorrow, we're going to have a panel featuring Mo Levin, who is the creator and host and founder of the North American Bitcoin Conference.
Dude, and we met this other guy named Les today. Like, we should have Mo and Les go up on stage together. That'd be
So I met Les at another event, and Les can swear that we're twins.
Yeah.
And he said,
He walked up and goes, "Where's that son of a bitch who looks like me?"
Yeah. I'm older than he is, but he's grayer and whiter than I am. But he's also a little skinnier. A really great guy, and he's great fun. But we've got Mo coming on stage, Marshall Long, the creator of Bad Coin,
We got Charlie Shram.
Charlie Shrem. You have some boiled shrimp.
Boiled shrimp gumbo. Make delicious.
So it's going to all be recorded. If you guys aren't at the event, you miss it, that's okay. You're going to get to hear this. Is this producer Aaron? Is that going to be the next episode after this one? Episode 359? Nope, she's shaking her head no. 361? We might need to rearrange.
You might need to wait to hear that a little bit, folks.
Yeah.
And it's actually not going to be like, it's not going to be like a traditional when we go on stage and do the full bad crypto. We're actually doing a really cool panel. So it's going to be like as much time on stage with us and the panel. So we're not going to do like the normal show when we go on stage. It's going to be a little modified.
Panelific. I'm so grateful. We get to connect and interact and engage with so many incredibly bright and kind-hearted people.
So true. And I mean, and I'm even appreciated of the dumb, unkind people. It's nice to
Dumb,
meet them
mean
too.
people?
Yeah, it's nice to meet them too.
Well, there is that young, dumb crypto. Those guys are here.
Young, dumb crypto, is that what it's called?
But they're not mean.
Or not
I
mean.
mean, they're super nice.
Okay.
But they are young and they are dumb.
Okay. That's
And they are
nice.
crypto.
That's good.
Actually, they are young, but I definitely don't think they're dumb. They are no more dumb than we are bad. And now the truth is out.
Oh, no. So that means they're pretty dumb?
They're pretty dumb.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure that you go and review, subscribe, do all the things that would indicate that, hey, those Joel and Travis guys, they're all right. We want them to keep doing this, and we're going to demonstrate it by doing one of those actions that they ask us to do.
that's true. Because we're getting actually on iTunes, we're getting close to 1,000 reviews over time. I think we're like at 880 or 870 or something like that.
Wow.
Maybe 850 something. I know that it's in the mid 800s, so we'd love to get that to over 1,000. So if you've never left a review so far and you listen to multiple shows, then obviously you want to give us a good 5-star rating. Go down there and do that. Just click it, and you don't even have to type anything. Just go and click the 5 stars and be like, oh,
Right. But if you do want to type something, be funny.
be
Because
funny because we like that.
we like funny. All right, gang. Catch you next time from Miami. Stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.